afternoon's Auto Story Time with Chesley and Karen. Are you ready to go? I'm ready to go, Chesley. Yes, I'm just so thankful for the privilege to get to work for Jesus. It's good to do things for Him because we get to help Him. It's good to be a helper for Jesus. You know, Chesley, I just like we just got to be like we're partners with Him. And you're the voice of me. Yes, I'm the voice of you. But Chesley, we are ready today. No, we're not. What do you mean we aren't ready, Chesley? We have the lesson is ready, and we have this Bible story. What that theme song? The theme song, yes. Oh, this gospel train is chugging at the track, chugging at the track, it's chugging at the track. This gospel train is chugging at the track, chugging to the glory land. Gonna see Jesus, yes I am, yes I am, yes I am. Not really, because I'm just leaning out of the tree. Yeah, you're made out of a tree. But I'm going to go see Jesus. You're going to see Jesus. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Who can go? Who can go? Those who love the Lord and serve Him. And not the ones that just say they do. That's right, Chesley. It's not just saying you do, but with all of your heart, loving the Lord, serving Him, and read His Word and do like Him. That's right. He's our great example, Jesus. Our great example. Our story today is Jesus could, but would He? Then would He what? Oh, Chesley, that we just left it like that, and so we'll get them interested. That's right. We want to get people interested so they will listen to this Bible story and not just listen to look at it. All right. Yes, that's right. Look at it. And Chesley, we like comments, don't we, too? Yeah, I tell you, and I want to know who all's listening out there, and I wanted to tell me if they had another story. They might have their own Bible story they would like for us to tell, and we'll be glad to do our best to do that. But right now, Chesley, our story is Jesus could, but would He? And it's taken from Mark chapter 5, 1 through 20. 1 through 20. That's right, Chesley. And so, but I tell you, it was wonderful how that the Lord, sometimes people don't want hard things. Not, with the easy things. Many times, we like the easy things. But Jesus did not run away from hard things. He could do anything that maybe he didn't. Oh, Chesley, he could do anything. Whatever it was, and even the difficult cases. And I think I might have said I'm going to wait for something easy. Oh, Chesley, He didn't do that. And in this case, here it was. Jesus, was so faithful to reach out, and He healed people, and He just did all kinds of things. Said, I'm going to tell you something. This is a hard case. Oh, the hard case. It was a hard case. Here Jesus went out, and he's just the miracles that He's done. He's calmed the seas and all, and so here He is now. And so here as He steps out, and here comes this man running up to Him, and here He is. He lives in the tomb. No, when Jesus would even go into the cemetery, Jesus would go into the cemeteries. Where people were. It didn't matter what their condition was. Jesus was there because He loved people. I see somebody watching named Laura. That's right, Laura. We're so glad to have her from Texas. We met her at Thanksgiving April, and I didn't get to go because you didn't take me. I know, Chesley. It was just Izzy and I went, my friend. It was a ladies' meeting. I would have felt left out. No, I don't know, girls. Chesley, we're back to our story. So Jesus, here He went, and here was this man. He came running up, and it was a horrible situation. He said immediately when he got out of the boat, here came this man out of the tombs, and he had this unclean spirit. He lived there in the tomb. He called it. He had demons. That's right, he had demons. He was demon possessed. Nobody wanted to be around this man. I know he was mean. How did he get them demons? Chesley, I'll tell you what, when people, sometimes they get to kind of playing around and they think it's just kind of funny dealing sometimes, the devil will make it like it's fun. It'll be like it's just a game, and he's talking about them demons. That's right. They'll say, oh, well, I'm connecting with this spirit, they say, and they're just having fun. And I tell you, the next thing you know, you find out that thing's a demon. That's right. It can be a demon. Well, I don't know how he got involved. But Chester, the next thing he knew, those demons, it wasn't just one demon. I know what happened. They gathered up his friends. And there was all these demons. They were literally controlling this man. He couldn't make his own decisions. He could not make his own decision. He was running wild. He was naked. No, it is disgusting. It was disgusting. It was an awful thing. Nobody wanted to be around this man. Not because he was mean and he was shouting. But Jesus did not run. Could He? Jesus could. He could deliver him and set him free. Did that man want to be free? No, I don't think he can help himself. But you know what? Jesus knew from the man's heart what he was crying out. Nobody wanted to be around this man. He was a hard case. And Chesley, the Bible said they would chain him up. And he would just break in chains because it was in demons was powerful. The demons were powerful. It was. That's the truth. But Jesus saw this man. He needed, you know what this man did though? Actually, here he is in this condition. The Bible says he actually bowed down and he worshiped. It wasn't here than demons. I think that man really in his heart wanted to be free, but he didn't know how. You know what? I don't think he intended to have this to happen. You know, Chesley, people do not understand the devil can control them. They think sometimes, well, I can still handle it. No, you can't. You need Jesus Christ, the Son of God. He likes freedom. He gives us freedom. And that you don't want to sin. When we have Jesus, we don't feel like sinning. We don't want to sin. You know, Chesley gives that peace and quietness in our heart. And this guy sure didn't have it. He didn't have it at all. And nobody wanted to be around him. You know, I know who would because he's mean. That's right. He would no telling how many people he had hurt. People wanted to stay away from him. It was an awful situation. But here as this man came and Jesus saw the situation and he said to them, what is your name? You know, I tell you what, I think it was that demon. And that demon said, he said, Legion. What does that mean, Chesley? And I tell you, I think he said it like 6,000. It was all kinds of demons. Bunches of demons was there living inside this man, controlling him. No, and he wanted to be free. That Jesus said, and them demons, you know, Jesus told them they had to leave. He told them they had to leave, and they said, well, they were so angry, and, you know, and you know something, those demons, they couldn't stop Jesus. They could not stop Jesus. Jesus was I tell you, he's in charge now because this man has let him know that from his heart that he wants to be free. And those demons said, no, sir. Oh, but Jesus said yes. And they said, well, just cast us down into all those pigs down there. No, and they went in those pigs. Oh, do you know what happened? They ran off the cliff and they drowned. They did, Chesley. They ran right off the cliff and they drowned. Oh, but this man was set free. It was a wonderful thing. And the next thing you know, when people come and they looked, and here was this man delivered. Oh, I know what it is. It's a miracle. I know what it is. It is a miracle. Oh, here he is. He's sitting clothed in his right mind. Chesley, when you read that part, and there he was sitting clothed, he was in his right mind. What a wonderful thing that God had delivered him and set him free. But those people said, we'd rather have the pigs. And those guys were saying, now here we're going to make our living. They're like the pigs. Instead of saying this man has been set free, and Jesus, if he can do this and set this man free from all these demons and cast them out, then he can give them jobs. He can provide them another job. And if it's more pigs, but don't give in to the old devil in any way. But just see, these people, they were not thinking about that. It was just about their money. They didn't care about that man being in the tombs and being in misery. They just stayed away from him. But Jesus, you know, he engaged him in fellowship and friendship. As he didn't join him in sin. No, he didn't join him in sin, but he showed him the better way. Jesus could, but would he? Yes, he did. This man is liberated. He's set free. And let's read this right here, Chesley. It said, they came to Jesus and saw the one who had been demon-possessed and had the legion. Demon-possessed. They were controlling him. Oh, that Jesus came. Jesus didn't just come and look and say, oh, no, that one's too bad. I don't care about him. It's just one person. Jesus cared about that one. You know what that he said? And now when he finished with him, those demons was gone, and that man was just looking to Jesus. He wanted to be like him. And it said there he is sitting and clothed and in his right mind. That means they had his mind. They had his mind, but now Jesus is in charge. They were afraid. It said, and they were afraid, and those who saw it told them how it happened to him who had been demon-possessed. And when they heard that story, how Jesus set him free, but they said, but all of your pigs, all the swine, well, and then they all said, get out of here. We'd rather have our pigs. Oh, Chesley, you know what that man said? You know what he said? I can tell you right now. He said, I want to go with Jesus. That is exactly what he said. I want to go with Jesus. You know, Chesley, we can take Jesus everywhere where he lives inside of us. You know, Chesley, we can love him and serve him wherever we go, and we're going to want to go to the right places. But he said, Jesus, I want to go with you. You know what Jesus said? He said, okay, you can join that team. No, Chesley. Now, he was on Jesus' team as far as loving him and serving him and doing the things he did and being like him. But Jesus said, no, I tell you, I have a better plan. Well, I don't know what it could be. And dealing with Jesus, it'd be the greatest. But he said, you go home to your friends and you tell them what great things that the Lord has done for you and how he's had compassion on you. Oh, well. Oh, and so he gets to be a preacher then. He gets to be a preacher, man. Ooh, that makes my heart sing. That is so exciting. Oh, he wanted to be with Jesus, and Jesus said, I'm living inside of you, not them demons. You can go preach the gospel. Well, Chesley, you're just not being still. No, I just can't. This is a good story. Jesus could, would he? Yes, he could, and yes, he did. And that man is 3. And the Bible to think, he went all over the capitals. The people knew him. When they saw him, they were saying, what? What? Can you imagine Chesley's now? He's all dressed up. And, you know, I think he got a haircut. Well, he probably got a haircut. And, you know, I think he went and got a dance because he was stinky. Oh, that's right. He was stinky. But Jesus just changed him, you know, inside out. And then when he got the inside all fixed up, and now he can be like Jesus, spreading the glorious gospel of Jesus Christ. And all that Jesus had done for him, and they marveled. What does that mean? They was playing marbles? No, they weren't playing marbles. It's just they marveled. They said, what in the world has happened? And he said, I'll tell you, Jesus came. Jesus came, and there he was. No way he could help himself. He was helpless until Jesus came. And you know what? Jesus wants to help those people that's listening too. Everybody that's listening, Chesley. I see Devon. I haven't seen you. Yes, Devon, I saw you recently. And let's see. I don't see Laura. I don't see any of the names. But if there is somebody else, I apologize. And I'll tell you, we sure are glad to have you here. And tell you what, we want you to know when Jesus comes into your life, you can spread the glorious gospel of Jesus Christ. I see we have Michael McDaniel watching. Michael, glad to have you on. Chesley, this is a story that I have loved. And today when our pastor was preaching, it wasn't on this, but when he was talking about the word if, and when the man said you can, Jesus, if you will. He said, if you will. And Jesus is always ready. It's us. And the Lord brought this story to my mind. And we get to tell him that Jesus could. If he could he? Yes, he could. And would he? Yes, he would. He just wants people that open their hearts and are ready to love him and serve him. Carol, good to have you on. Chesley, I think it is time for you to go to bed. Well, you know what? I had an idea. Well, what is your idea? Well, since I always go to bed, it's your turn. Oh, Chesley, it's not my turn yet. Chesley, I go to bed, later tonight. Well, I had in mind we could switch. We're not going to switch, Chesley. I think it's going to not be long. We'll be going back to church. So you tell everybody goodbye, and you love them, and you're so glad to be here. And I'm so glad to be here that I'm not getting it. What did you say? I was saying, that I think it's time to go to bed. Now that's better, Chesley. We'll see you all next Sunday afternoon, the Lord willing. Remember that we're going to put this on that other thing called Rumble, called YouTube. We're going to Rumble, YouTube, and I've been forgetting to say it's also on Twitter. But right now, you get to go to bed and tell everybody, right now, you're going to tell them goodbye. Goodbye, and I love you, and I'm going to be going to bed, and I'm going to smile, I guess, whether I want to or not, because my face is looking that way. And next week, I'm going to have the story. Do you have the one you want to hear? Just let me know. All right, Chesley, that's it. Just let us know. If you don't have a story, we're just praying and believe the Lord to give us a story to tell. We love you all. We look forward to seeing you next Sunday afternoon. So good to be able to work for Jesus. Love you.